This is not a time for excuses. This is not a time for the bullshit. I am on the pulpit, handling the beef, give me toothpick. Legendary status, plus I did that through the music. Assembling the blueprint, picture the exclusive. Hallelujah, praises, I'm working on my improvement. Flow beneath the cruise ship, I've already proved it. And if she missed the point, I don't struggle to chuck the deuces.
And you hear them in a particular way on songs. It's a lot.
No, I'm a member of the SGA. SGA is a Shy Guy Association. So I've always been a shy fella. It's like, I still have that side of me, but sometimes another side comes up. But predominantly, I'm a very shy guy. SGA, Shy Guy Associations.
Dude,
yeah.
You know when you get into that like sexy bag.
Everybody has sex, bro. Everybody has sex. Everybody has time with their family.
Okay,
we're
but listen to what I'm saying,
beings.
I hear you, but listen to my chat, right?
Yes,
I mean, you know me in real life.
I know you.
I know you in real life,
yes,
right? And I am certain that you don't sit randomly and just go, Queen Azizzar in the sheets. It's a gross thing. It's a gross thing because you don't see me in that light.
Yeah, but it's so. But I'm still an artist.
The difference is, then I'm like, let me listen to P's new work. Then I'm like,
No, but you exaggerating. Like it's not that bad. Need somebody's not that bad. I'm just talking about chilling and.
I didn't even say which song, but now you've let the people know where to go to look for them things. All right, so we're gonna start unpacking the album. I'm gonna actually skip.
It's a mixtape.
Need somebody.
But people are calling it an album.
Yeah, well, it's 13 whole joints. Okay, for you, what's the difference between a mixtape and an album?
Well, in today's time, I guess I understand what you mean because people sell mixtapes. Originally, they were never sold. They were just basically an artist taking other artists' production and beats, rapping over them to sharpen their skills as a writer. That was the original idea behind a mixtape. Yes. Now people sell their mixtapes. It's all original music. So I guess it doesn't really. We just call it that, but it's not really a mixtape. It is kind of like an album. So I get what you mean.
All right, PDotO, Son Of Nomsa.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you worked with the likes of Caesar Bantu, Caesar Siseko, Tasha Hendricks, Correction Beats,
incredibly talented,
Vibes producer,
Vibes boy producer, yes.
Vibes boy producer, Kaiser Beats,
yes.
Messiah 808, Siko Beats, and K-Soul as far as producers are concerned.
Those guys are amazing, yo.
How do you decide which producers to work with?
I just it's like saying, how do you decide which meal to eat? You taste it. This tastes nice. You know what? I like this chicken. Let's put the chicken in there.
Of course, it's chicken.
Can I taste that bravo sauce?
Right.
It tastes like, it's basically it. When people send you good stuff and then you listen to it and it arouses your interest and it sounds really great. That's really how I decide. But some people obviously have a reputation with them, like certain producers like a Kaiser Beats or whatever. You already know he's really brilliant. So when he sends you stuff, you already your antennas are up.
It.
You know what I mean? But like Vibes Boy, I didn't even know. I just recently found out about him.
Oh, nice.
And he sent me stuff on email, and I heard it, and I was like, "This is amazing." So, yeah.
So I mean, okay, sticking with your food reference, right? If there's a buffet,
yes, ma'am,
right, and you taste everything, at the end of the day, if you're gonna go back for seconds and decide that this is what it is, right? What informs that? Because you might be like, okay, this tastes nice, but I wouldn't go back for it again. What is it about these particular producers that made you go, okay, this is it, and this deserves to be on my project?
Majority of the producers I've worked with before. It's like probably one of them that I haven't worked with on this project. So there's already a rapport. There's already people that understand my sound and what I like and what the type of beats that I like. So when they send me beats, they already know, okay, I'm one of those artists that do a PDotO type track. So they already send me that stuff because they already know what's going to pique my interest. So it's usually people that I've worked with prior.
Okay, so creating Son Of Nomsa, what's the timeline?
It was quick. It happened quite quickly. Like
really?
Yeah, like maybe from November to February. It was quite quick.
Wow.
Quite quick, famo.
Yeah. That's a lot of pressure.
But why you act like we not fast? You know, Lost Times was done in a week.
Let me tell you
We
something.
do this thing, dog.
Yeah, you do these
Been
things.
out there.
But also sometimes you guys create really dope things and then you hoard and hoard and hoard and hoard. No, not right now. And then it's 6 years later that it's like, hey, did you know? So it is quite surprising that it happens so quickly.
Yeah, no, it did. It came actually quite. Like I said, I'm more, man. I've always been prolific. I'm more about when I'm in the zone and I'm in the mood. I don't try to overthink music too much. You know? There's different kind of artists. Some artists are brilliant and they do overthink it, but when it comes out, it's incredible.
Yes.
And it's ingenious. Some artists are quicker. Some artists are like, yeah, let's just let spiritually, or I'm in the zone, or mentally, or whatever. Let's just do it, and then we put it to package together. One thing about me that's underrated: I'm the greatest compiler of albums that ever lived. I know how to put an album together like cohesively. It sounds dope. The skits and it. I know that because I'm an actor. I like that. I like when people listen to it. It must sound like it's a movie or something like that. I've always liked that. You know what I mean? I don't just put songs. Scrabble.
Just like, oh, there you go. Take it.
Like a compilation, and then, oh, this is a nice song, nice or no. It has to flow nice for me.
Speaking of your acting, when are we going to see you on TV again? Where are we at with that? Because you are brilliant. Remember when I watched you in Freedom?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't even want to hug you afterwards because I hated your character.
Yes,
you portrayed him so well.
Characters, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Acting side, there's a lot coming up this year. I don't want to divulge much yet. But there's a lot coming. There's a lot I'm working on, even outside of in acting, but not acting. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Okay.
So, but you guys will know very, very soon.
All right. So we're going to get more from PDotO. Wait, when it comes to acting, are you PDotO or are you Siphelele?
Siphelele, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we're going to see and experience Siphelele a little bit more this year. I'm actually
Hey, Queen Azizzar, I like your shirt. Do you want to shoot it? Shoot the shirt that she has on. Come on, guys.
I'm wearing a God Bless, the God Blessed
Shout out to the shirt.
T-shirt, the very first one that I bought.
God bless you.
So it's a classic.
God bless you, man.
And I think I got it just before or after you had come onto the show.
Under the Sun?
Were you there for Under the Sun? Yes.
Oh, so that's long time.
That's a long time ago. So it's a classic, and
she's
it's
always supported. Thank you so much.
Very sentimental.
Thank you, man.
All right, before we take a quick music break, I wanted to ask you quickly. There's a lot of biblical references throughout.
Yeah, I love Christ. I love God. Everybody knows that.
Right, but even with your naming conventions, there's Leviticus freestyle, there's Exodus, there is godlike. You know, there's a lot of different references. Why?
I'm very spiritual, man. I think everybody that knows me, spiritual, not religious, big difference. You know, I think everybody that's been following my music, how I came in, you know, I've always tried to maintain, you know, a healthy relationship with my God. Even though we stray, we mess up, we human, we go through things.
Man, sometimes God hurts you and you get upset because you're human.
But I try to really, you know, maintain a relationship with Christ and God that I like and I love. Not always perfect, always make mistakes, but yeah, I try. We all try.
So it was very intentional.
Yes, ma'am. Like a lot of people ask me, dude, you swear so much, but you love God.
I'm
not religious.
Ooh.
I'm not a religious artist. I'm not a.
And you do it with like such.
No. Because, do you know? I always felt like an artist. Music is an extension. Everything that you create as an artist, that's an extension of who you are.
Yeah.
So you know how I speak in real life.
I'm for real.
If I did not swear in real life,
you wouldn't swear in your music.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But imagine if I didn't swear in real life, then I go to music, I'm like, dude, you fake now. Like you're creating this character that's not you. So the day that I actually stop using profanity in my real life, and I actually stop, like when I'm angry or annoyed, then it will also filter into the music.
Okay, so then it'll be phased out of.
I'm just a real person. I'm a real artist. I try to.
That's flawed. You're God's child, but you have a sailor's mouth.
Do you know Noah also had a sailor's mouth and he was
I don't know. I didn't speak
alcoholic.
To Noah. I didn't speak to Noah.
Alcoholic is alcoholic.
I don't know that Noah swore. Did you speak to Noah?
No, I'm just telling you that we have things, bro.
All right, so I'm gonna play Son of Nomsa by PDotO, and then we're gonna come back and unpack song by song.
That's my dear man.
Some of these lyrics. I'm gonna find out the real truth for you. All right, so we're coming back now. He's asking me extra things off air, and he's like, "Throw me off my game." Okay, we're talking about Son of Nomsa.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay, let's start. Leviticus freestyle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in there you say it hurts to give this all away.
Yeah, I'm tired of rapping.
And you make mention of it also, I think, on Moments as well.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you open with like, honestly, I'm tired of this music.
Yes, ma'am.
Why? What's going on? And I'm sure so many people are going,
yeah, it's just like I said, music is an extension of the person. At that time, I was really feeling like I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I'm tired of rapping. I'm tired of raps. I'm tired of. I just don't feel challenged by it anymore. Up until I actually got into the rhythm of this album, and when I got into the rhythm of Siphelele and I started rapping in my language, it's something also sparked back up and excitement, because I'm just tired, bro. Like I'm tired. I wanna, because I've always been a fairly talented writer, so I also write movies, and I want to write other things, like more things, just rather than just music, So I was just going through that spell of, I'm tired, bro. Like, I need to be inspired again, kind of thing. Maybe when Tash is pregnant. Babies.
So tell me, so does that mean that you've been tired of it, but you're not necessarily tired of it for good? So if, let's say, for instance, you take a break from the music,
I think that's the plan.
Focus on other things.
After this year, I think.
Do you think you'll come back?
I think that's, like I said, if the bug is there and like, oh snap, I got something to talk about now. Maybe I have a kid, or something that it's all about inspiration as an artist, really.
I think though with you, P, it's a lot more shocking to hear that, and I think especially just because, for instance, how so many people constantly say to you, "Yo, bro, you saved my life," right? And then
that's
there's like
that
this
moment
huge
song. That moment song.
Moments is one of my favorite songs, by the way.
Like, really, I didn't think they'd react like that.
And the thing about it is that I know that that's a big responsibility now, right? But there are so many people who seemingly are dependent on your music. So if you take a step back, do you have a worry about some of these people? Because there are so many more people that send you these DMs and tell you, or bump into you and tell you all these things. You experience that firsthand. Do you not worry when you are being true to yourself? Because if you're not there right now, you're not there right now, and that's your truth. But is there that little bit of a worry? Because you are a bit of an empath.
I think I am, bro. I think that I've given people so much. Those that really follow my career and followed me in this music thing, I've already given them so much, bro. It's like sometimes I just need to take time for myself. That's what that Moment song was really about. Like I've given so much of myself from the beginning. I've given so much. From Soaked in Bleach, I've given so much of myself. So it's yes, there are times where I'm like, okay, I'll always be there, but also understand that there's music that I've already dropped that you guys can reflect on. Music doesn't get old. Real music doesn't get old. We still listen to Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing.
One thing about P, he will sing.
'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. That song's over 50 years old. So music doesn't get old. There's always gonna be that song that comforts you or takes you through your depression or takes you through. They're those songs. We've created them. You know what I mean? So I'm in the space now in my life where I work on inspiration. If I'm inspired, I'm going to record. If I'm not, it is what it is. It's rough.
Speaking of which, because we mentioned Moments now, right? When I listen to Moments, I almost get the feeling of you speaking about the gift and the curse.
Ask me about the first verse. Don't go second.
I'm gonna ask you about all of it.
Let's scrap that.
Wait, listen. No, this is my show. You don't tell me what to do.
We gotta scrap, dude.
No, listen to what I'm saying to you, right? Moments for me feels like when I'm listening to it is like the gift and the curse, right? Where maybe first verse is the gift, right? Because that's where you speak about people speaking about you saving their lives and all these things. Then you get to verse 2, and it's almost like I got this impression of like the curse, because that is, you telling a story of people going past the bounds, requiring more of you than they probably should, and then making certain judgments about you because you won't do exactly what it is that they want you to do. So you making this music, when I was listening to Moments, is like it's a gift and a curse, which is why opening with I'm kind of tired of this music. I got it, because it's like it's you, then you tell the story of someone else, then you tell the story of somebody else as well. Do you feel like your gift that you've been given is not always a gift, but it's sometimes a bit of a curse as well?
That's why I like Queen Azizz's music breakdowns, because you really do listen to music. That was spot on. It was a gift and a curse, but for both those characters, not just the woman character, because sometimes I I don't always want to have that responsibility. If someone says like, bro, I was about to kill myself, that's not
heavy.
Nice
Yeah.
to you know, and so both of them are a gift and a curse, you know what I'm saying? Because I opened up the verse with the second one where I was like, you know, I'm an inspiration to this person's boyfriend, and
yes,
and they like, and you know, and they rapping because of you. They just wish them happy birthday, would mean so much, but then it turns into something else.
Yeah.
So it's just the space that I've been in, and I've gone through those kind of things, and it's not always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you come out of it? Do you know what I mean? How do you maintain who you are dealing with all of that? Like you say, you know, there's a heavy responsibility on both sides. But how do you walk away from those types of situations unscathed and still being Siphelele? Because it all starts with Siphelele anyway.
Because I think when you're an artist, when creative, people really don't care much about your life, your personal life. They just care about what you can produce for them. It's a rare few of people that really think like, and sit there and be like, ish. But Kendrick, hey man, I wonder if he's okay. Can we check up on him?
True. You
know, hey, when you wrote that song about him being molested, can we just check up on Kendrick and see? People don't care about that. They too wrapped up in their own, you know, and they just want what Kendrick does, and his songs saved us, so we really don't care. If not that we don't care, but we don't really think about checking on him, kind of thing. So it's just the gift and the curse of being an artist, I guess.
Do you think that the consumer should bear that responsibility? Because somebody might just go, yeah, but I just want to hear your music and take whatever you can do for me. Do you know what I mean?
It's more about that. You know?
So do you think that there should be a little bit of room left to remember that this is a person being, at the end of the day that is making this music?
Unfortunately, people don't see it that way. That's why on social media people talk about celebrities and all these artists every day, however they want. Hey, they trash people's names. They don't care about that person is going through, what their family is going through. Like, for me, that's one of the sickest things that I've seen this year. That's why I couldn't watch that video. I don't watch stuff like that already, like the AKA video and stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, this guy has a child, bro. This guy has a family, and the child has to see that. Imagine that. Yeah. Would you like to see your loved one being killed? And the whole internet sharing that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And you seeing your dad or your mom or your sister or your brother or your boyfriend being killed, that's not dope. But we're so desensitized that we just share the stuff like, hey, I didn't want to watch that because I knew that the emotional effect that's going to have on people is going to traumatize them, and it's going to make, and even my own woman, I told, don't watch this thing. But people are curious, and it affects you emotionally. It affects you. Seeing somebody's like me, I don't like. Even in the, you know me, like even on a car crash on the highway.
No, you don't. You don't.
I have to look straight. Like I just maybe it's here. I can't look at people dead, or I can't, because we're all born with a sympathetic nerve, and the more you see people dying or being killed or stabbed or shot, you numb that sympathetic nerve and you start looking at life like it's just an ant. But no, we're human beings.
Yeah,
you know.
I think it is a crazy time that we're living in, and I think that social media does add to the desensitization of
so
certain
much
things.
And then people get depressed and they don't know why I'm so depressed. Stuff you're watching.
Because you're consuming all this heavy, dark kind of stuff. Okay, so going back to the project, on Leviticus Freestyle,
yes,
right?
ma'am.
So you make mention of some really great people, right? You make mention of Wayne, you make mention of Pac, you make mention of Jabba.
In the era I felt that
sorry, let me get it verbatim.
Yeah.
Wayne back in 02,
yes, ma'am.
Pac back in 96,
yes, ma'am.
and Jabba back in 03.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about those people,
yes,
and why those particular times stand out. You're going to tell me in a second though.
Okay.
I'm going to play a song first and then we're going to go straight back into it. I'm back with PDotO, still unpacking Son Of Nomsa. So before we took a musical break, I asked you about what you were saying on Leviticus Freestyle, about Wayne in 02, Pac in 96, and Jabba in 03. So what is it about them at those particular times that resonated with you so much?
I was just saying I'm in my prime musically, and that way in their prime musically at that time. That's really it. I think Tupac in 96 was when All Eyes on Me came out. Machiavelli came out. Tupac was just musically at the peak of his career. Wayne 02, Wayne was finishing the Carter 2, which is the best rap album of Wayne for me, and he was moving into the Carter 3, which became a classic. So Double HP, Umang. Yo, that album just shaped a lot for me, and Jabba was in his prime at that time too, right before our thank you note and you know, those projects that came out after that. So I was just basically saying I'm in my prime musically.
How do you know when you're in your prime? Especially because you don't know what's still to come. So what makes you feel like, okay, right here, right now, this is it? And what does it feel like?
Because of reference, like I referenced my stuff, how I was writing back then with the other, you know, bodies of work. I only compare myself to myself. I'm not better than anybody to anybody. I don't compare myself to any other artist. I'm the greatest to me. Like, I'm judged to me, myself. Don't bring any other niggas to me. So I judge by my own bodies of work. Like, okay, nah, here you a little slacking. Here you were cool. Here
you have those
were
moments?
dope, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here, nah. So it was like Devil's Playground. I don't like that album.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't like that album. I don't like
You even have a little bit of shame, as you said, I don't like that.
I like it's got some songs that are really, really beautiful and powerful that came out, like Soaked in Bleach and Forgive Him and whatever. But as an album, even Move Over was cool. But as an album, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
What's your favorite PDotO album right
now? It was Under the Sun.
Yeah.
But now it's this one.
Now it's this one.
Yeah.
But as somebody who obviously has insight into Siphelele, do you think it's better than Siphelele?
Nah. But it's closer. Siphelele is closer. I'm speaking closer, bruh. You? Yeah. I'm speaking closer like I've never speaking.
So are you going to be on standby for me so I can get translations? Because I'm going to be like,
but you understand closer.
Not the way that I should. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you are listening to a project, there are certain things that'll fly over your head if you don't get it. And also, there's cultural references. True, I'm not Xhosa. So there are certain things that will carry so much weight, and I could miss it because I don't live the Xhosa lifestyle.
Like, there's this one feature I want for that album, then I close it, bro. Just one. Like, let the energies and let my God come and bring it together. I just want Ami Faku on that album.
Is it?
If I can get Ami Faku or Amanda Black.
What are you doing about it?
Yeah, I mean, I try to reach out to the mommies and
maybe don't call them mommies. Let's start there. To the incredible artists, yes.
Yeah, they're very incredible. That's the thing with me. I don't really check for rappers and want to work with rappers as much anymore. I had that time. I'm very much into, vocalists and I've always said that. Like, I love vocalists. They just bring a different element. I'm an R&B head I'm a big R&B head.
This is
so I want to work with those two. Even the Soil, man. Yo, if I can just get like those kind of vocalists on this project, I'm nice, bro.
Okay, so just do it. Reach out again. Don't be afraid.
Yeah,
don't call them mommies.
I reached out on
what, a social media platform?
Ami Faku. The mommy zibad me, bro.
Just
Ziba.
going.
I've never. I thought me PDotO. I get Zibad. I don't get Zibad. Me. Mommy Zibad.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm giving you advice. I'm giving you advice.
Ziba. Do you know what a Ziba is?
Yes. She ignored you.
I call it Ziba.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying, because I'm trying to help you. You need to persevere. You need to keep going. You need to keep trying. Until you get it done.
Yes,
and don't be in your feels about it.
I like that attitude.
Like, even if you're in your feels about it, go lick your wounds in the corner, but still come back and do it again.
Because I've always been that kind of guy. I ask once. If you see what I mean, then I leave you. So guess now I mustn't ask once.
Let me tell you.
I ask once. And
you are very Pisces. You are very Pisces because it is a terrible trait that we all have. I'm exactly the same. I don't like to speak more than once.
Yeah, once is fine.
But you're dealing with human beings. You never know. It could be one of those situations. Have you ever had those situations? You're coming out of your crib, you're about to get into the car, a message comes in, you read it quickly, and then you get in the car and you drive off and you go about your day because you couldn't stop at that moment in time and respond. Then your day happens, then it's like a week later or 2 weeks later, or that person messages you again, then you're like, oh snap, there's this thing. It could have happened just like that. It might not have been like a
Ziba, me dog, me greatness. Who's Ziba's Bob Marley on Bruce Lee?
Wow.
I'm eternal. Yeah, Ziba eternity.
Okay, so mentioning greatness,
yes, ma'am.
Right? On You Don't Know Me Part 2.
Yeah. Molly Dizzles.
You say this is the progression of greatness.
This is the truth,
right?
yes.
So what does greatness mean to you? And how could or should someone go about being in a state of greatness?
I don't believe that greatness is anything tangible.
Oh.
People think they're great because they have money, and people think they're great, they have buildings, and for me, I truly believe that the only legacy that you leave behind are the people that you impact and the people that you influence. You can have been a guy who didn't have any money, but the impact that he had on his community was outstanding, you know. That's greatness to me. That's what keeps you alive as a human being. That's what keeps your spirit alive. Your people talking about you from generation to another generation. Because nobody thinks about how much money Bob Marley had. I don't give a shit or what car he drove or whatever. Nobody thinks about how much money Keenan had in his account. But he impacted so many people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you great. Your impact on the people, the human beings, because that's the only thing that gets left behind. Not your cash, not how dope your jacuzzi. Yeah, nobody says, oh, Bruce Lee had this dope jacuzzi in his crib. Nobody cares about that. You know what I'm saying? But so I think when we're in it, we don't realize it. But I look at that as greatness, the impact that you have on souls and human beings while you are on this planet. Because we're all given an area of gifting. Everybody has a gift. She has a gift. You have a gift. He has a gift. I have a gift. And that's where we dominate our area of gifting. I may not know her gift. I may not know yours. You may not know mine, but we're all given a gift, and we put here to impact people with those gifts. That's really much. There's not much about it. That's really it.
So do you think that you really are great? And do you think that you're great outside of the music?
God be the glory. God is greater than me. Siphelele, you're saying nice answers.
You're saying nice answers, but you're not answering me. Do you believe that you're great outside of your music? Because somebody might look at it and be like, okay, it's easy for him to be great because he's got this musical gift and it reaches so many people.
Like I said, that's my area of gifting. We are all put, when you're born with an area of gifting that you are supposed to bring here and change the world with it or influence the world with it. Some people don't realize that. Some people die without finding out that area of gifting, and they search forever. What is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? Maybe your purpose is just to be a speaker, to be a motivational speaker. Maybe your purpose is to help people, to be somebody who puts things together, like a producer, like you just bring people together. That's your purpose. Some people don't find it. I truly believe that music was part of it, writing was part of it, poetry was part of it. That's my area of gifting that I was born with, you know. I didn't have to be taught it. I harnessed it. I honed it. Obviously, I became better, but I didn't have to be taught that. And that's truly what. You don't have to teach a bird to fly, bro. It just flies. That's its thing. And when you see it fly, it's like, yo, this thing is just,
it's miraculous.
It's so nice when it flies. It doesn't put effort in flying. That's when you know you found your purpose. Yeah. When you don't feel like you're putting effort in it, and it just brings things to you. That's a purpose. And I feel like with music and writing, not just music, but writing is
more particularly.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so still on You Don't Know Me, part 2. All right, so You Don't Know Me part 2. You also say it's obvious the game is in need be, right?
Yeah.
What do you think that the game really is in need of, outside of you?
Spiritual intervention. The people are just they're just empty. There's a whole lot of emptiness, and we just empty, and we keep running away, and we keep numbing that emptiness. We keep drinking, we keep taking drugs, keep sleeping around. I'm not judging anybody. We all have messed up. We all mess up. We all have things. I'm just saying, but we keep running, you know. And I feel like there needs to be that someone who's speaking about, no guys, let's think a bit more. Maybe like a Ntlantla Lux who makes people think a bit more, or even a Nota who makes people, as much as he may say some outrageous things, some things he says, we need more than just being empty and continuing to drink and numb. You know, we need more than that. We're human beings. Nobody can just dance forever. Like who's that?
That's why you talk about people dancing like Diddy.
Yeah, that's why South Africa, like, I know we're a dance country, cool, I understand, but nobody dances forever, bro. Like, sometimes I don't want to dance. Do you want to dance every day?
Can I tell you the irony of that line?
Do you want to dance every day?
When have you seen me dance, P?
I'm saying, would you like, you're living in South Africa, would you like to pop shampompo and dance every day?
No, thank you.
Come on, dog. Every day.
Can I tell you the irony of that line? Do you know that you dance like Diddy? Exactly.
Did it?
So I listened to it and I was like, okay, I get the deeper meaning and the deeper reference. All good, all good. But I chuckled the first time I heard it. I was like, but you dance like Diddy.
No, I dance
in real life.
On the video, you
yeah, in real life, when you're just chilling, doing your thing, drinking.
No, but
some
that's a battle song. That's another thing about this project. I also went back to a very battle influence rap. Let's attack each other. And Zagwe came out. And Zagwe came out. Says names. Said my name, said Envey's name.
I heard. Names. How you feel about that?
That's all love, bro.
What you gonna do about it?
No,
that's
but
the big question. Everyone's like, "Are you guys gonna respond?"
But when I dropped that Exodus, I knew people would think I'm talking about him. But that was done so long before him.
So now this is me asking you: Are you going to do something about it specifically?
But why must we? Hey, dog, Zagwe knows I'm dangerous. You can't play around.
Do you think that he's just going? Hey.
Yes, but it's cool. It's sport. I understand why he did it.
So what I'm saying is, are you going to get on the field?
You should be asking the cat who's in your life.
Who's right in front of me?
Ask the cat in your life.
I'm asking you.
I don't know, bro. We'll see. You know, I don't like talking. I just like to drop
He's
stuff.
out here like, make love, not war.
Yeah,
make love, not war. That's how you're coming out right now. I expect a little bit more from you.
Nah, bro. You're not gonna bait me into rapping and battling.
I'm not baiting you. I'm telling you how I feel. These are my feelings.
But I already spat bars on that. But we'll see. You know, I mean, I still have an album coming, so you never know.
Are you gonna come through and just get him in the Xhosa? This is gonna be so fun. Oh, I can't wait. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen.
Massive Metro.
I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. But I am saying that as a person who loves content, if it had to happen like that, I'd be like.
So who has, out of those names that were mentioned, who has responded yet?
I haven't seen anybody respond.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody respond. I'm just gonna wait. As music keeps dropping, I'm gonna go, oh, is it this? Oh, is it? Oh, no. Okay. That's how I'm just gonna go through it. If you wanna respond, respond. If you don't wanna respond, don't respond. I'm cool either way. But I know what could happen. There's some dangerous people that would be mentioned up in there. All right, so we move to Heaven's Gate. Is it Meg Mafia that you were saying is on
Meg Mafia,
is on the background vocals?
Yeah.
Meg, I love you. I've always been loving you. You sound so beautiful. She sounds so beautiful.
She killed it. She's on she's on my album, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, she really came through.
How did you connect with Meg?
I remember, like, I've always known Meg, man. I've always known about her and stuff. But I remember she dropped this freestyle on Facebook.
Yes, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, this mom is actually really, really polished. She's a polished, seasoned MC. So let me just reach out. And she also had so much respect. And it was really simple, you know.
Okay, so we're going to hear Meg Mafia on Siphelele.
Yeah, there's a lot you're going to hear there.
Getting these nuggets. All right, so on there, you say, I am such a blessing. That's the ego talking. And then later you say, sometimes that same ego makes me feel exhausted.
Azizzar, you analyze all these lyrics, bruh. Yes.
How do you think?
How do
you think I'm listening?
Hi.
So tell me about that. Tell me about.
You analyze all this stuff, bro.
Tell me about the battle between you and your ego.
Like, I think it's in every rapper. It's because hip hop is so sporty. You have to believe you are better than everybody, and I've always believed that I'm better than everybody. I just do, and sometimes keeping up that WWE WrestleMania is tiring. Sometimes sometimes you just need to just chill, bro, and just make music, you know. So it's that battle, like, no, but I can't just make music. These niggas must know. And then also, nah, bro, just chill, bro, make music.
Is that why you feel the way that you feel?
That's literally it. Just make music. Go work with Ami Faku, make a beautiful song. No, but these niggas must know. No, but bro, just make music. It's two cats.
Is that why you don't want to respond to Zagwe? I'm just asking.
I want to see first who's going to respond. Someone will drop bars.
Why don't you just lead?
Nah, somebody else will drop bars.
Why do you want to
A lot of names were mentioned there. A lot of MCs. A lot of great MCs.
You're in front of me now.
A lot of great MCs were mentioned. So yeah, Zagwe is expecting stuff.
All right, so I want to talk about the Nomsa skit. We're speaking about it off air, and you were just letting me know that wasn't something that you curated or coached your mom in. So that's just something that she sent you. How often does that happen?
Yo, dude, that's what scared me, because my mom doesn't send that. She's never sent me that. In her life.
So when was this exactly?
I think this was maybe 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
My mom is older, you know. you know, God forbid, I don't even want to think about losing her or anything like that, but something just told me, immortalize her, you know. So when I have children, they listen to their grandmother on music, and it's still like something fruitful that she's saying, you know. And I know it's not just me that she was speaking to. Maybe she was speaking to a whole lot of other kids out there that listen and like, yo, I needed to hear that, ma. Yeah. Thank you. So it was really a moment for me. Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought it was just something that she does and you just chose that one. Was there something particular going on with you at that point in time? Because you know how moms are. Sometimes your mom will know that maybe shapo or maybe you're just having a low and needed that boost.
Because that's what she says, like something says, I must tell you that she says that. Something says, I must tell. So that's what I'm saying. It was a more spiritual thing, you know. And then she just felt that I needed to know that. I just, like I said, I don't want to think about what could happen.
Yeah, true.
You know, but yeah, it's forever now for me. You know, that's why I needed to put it there.
All right, so then we move to "Son of Nomsa," the song that we played earlier on, produced by
Shout out Tasha Hendricks. Shout out wifey.
I'm doing the job.
Shout out wifey.
I'm doing the job. So all right, so there's something really dope in there. I mean, if you listen to the whole song, it's very, very beautiful. It's very tender.
Thank you so much.
But something really stood out for me. You said loving your husband was a special lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
What did you learn from them about love and marriage?
Yo, just like communicating, and whenever you guys are fighting, don't fight in front of the kids. Don't show that. Like, there would be times where my mom would be shouting or whatever, and they're having a little argument, and then my father would de-escalate
the situation.
He's just like and then everything's a joke and we crack up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was just beautiful watching them. Like I said, my parents were a bit older, so they had the experience. When I was there, they had the experience. They had grown up. I didn't know my father in his 30s or in his 40s, or my mother in her 40s. I knew my father in his 50s, 60s. Same thing with my mother. So they were already more mature, more grown, more wisdom. And it was just beautiful watching her, how she loved him, how she always protected him as well, you know, because my father had too much of a big heart and people would trample on it. So sometimes you would have to step in and say, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was beautiful to watch that.
You also make mention of how the humor element you got from him, and then the spiritual element coming from moms. What else? Because you also make mention of your pops at the end of Leviticus Freestyle.
You listen heavy. This might be listening to hip hop, right?
So what I wanted to know. Okay, we're gonna take one more musical break and I want to come back and wrap it up. But while that's happening, I want you to think about what you think outside of the humor, what else you took from your pops.
Yes, ma'am.
And outside of your mom giving you the spiritual foundation,
yes, ma'am,
what else she has given you that you can see. Sometimes you look at yourself or you do something, you're like, yo, I'm really like my mom right now, or I'm really like my dad right now. You know what I mean? So I want to know what those things are as far as you are concerned.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we're going to come back and wrap it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Completely.
Hey, Queen Azizzar.
Okay, wrapping it up with PDotO.
Yes, ma'am.
So just before we took a little bit of a break, I asked you about your mom and dad.
Mom and dad.
And you make mention on Son of Nomsa about how your dad had a lot of humor and you've taken that from him, and then your mom was really the spiritual foundation. But what else? I asked you, what else did you take from your pops, and what else do you see in yourself from your mom?
It's crazy because they say history repeats itself. My father was too kind and too good sometimes, and that affected my mom and their relationship because he struggled to say no on a lot of things. I have that side to me. Like sometimes I'll trample on myself to try and make people good or happy or nice. I don't like disappointing people.
Yeah.
And that's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
And I get it from him.
And your mommy? What else do you get from your mommy
my mom
besides
is very
the spiritual foundation?
My mom will send you out. Get away! We don't want foot tag. Very strong. I don't have that side of it. Because I care about her. No, man, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. And my father was like that. He gave too much love, and that made him great. But it also affected certain things, you know.
So do you think that that's something that you can learn more from your mom?
I guess yes.
Do you worry? Okay, look, do you worry that if you tap into that side, you're gonna be so far gone because for all these years.
But I think my lovely lady Tasha Hendricks has that side. She's very stern in her ways, and she balances me, and I think our people have to balance, because when I'm too nice and too she'll she has that side, she's a lovely woman, but she has that stern side. I don't have that stern side. I'm learning. We all have our different things.
That's true.
We all balance each other out. I think that's, shout out to Tash, by the way. She engineered this predominantly this project. She's an amazing sound engineer, and it's just also beautiful working with someone that you really love and bouncing off each other.
It's just so beautiful working with someone you really love.
It's beautiful, and
you're so tender.
I don't understand what's going on with Queen Azizzar, dude. I'm just being a normal, real guy.
You're just being so tender.
It's just so beautiful working with someone you really love.
What must I say? Must I be thugged out? West Coast!
That's how I'm hearing it. I want you to know that as you're talking, I'm hearing it like that. Like,
I just really love her. And she's so great.
Bro.
She's so great, and I love her.
Wow, Queen Azizzar, you very silly, bro.
All right, so we're moving on. Last 2 joints on the project.
Yes, ma'am.
Pray and Glory, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I wanted to ask you about the importance of prayer. And that's the first part. And then the second part, no, let's start there. Importance of prayer.
It's everything to me. Like you channeling God, you asking God to guide you. It's everything. I can't live without prayer, and I think everybody who understands that world, because most of us don't. Everybody who understands that world will understand how important and how vital prayer is. We need to really, really, especially now. It's real life right now.
Yeah.
So it's more important than anything in my life, actually.
So then the next thing that I wanted to know is, what do you say, or what would you say to somebody who is struggling to pray? Because sometimes life comes at you like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you find yourself feeling either really hurt or really demoralized, or maybe you're angry with God, or you're angry at the situation that you find yourself in. There are so many different reasons why somebody could struggle to pray. But how do you try and give them comfort? What do you have to say to somebody who, especially because prayer is so important to you, what would you say to somebody if they come to you and they say, P, I hear you, but right now I'm really struggling?
Okay, we are the only species that think we want prayer, and we don't want prayer. We need prayer. You don't see a fish wanting water. It needs it. It needs water. We are spirit before we are flesh. That's why when if you've seen somebody a dead body, or somebody who doesn't have life anymore, you can see the spirit is gone. That's what makes a person, your spirit. The reason why I'm looking at Azizzar now is because I'm seeing her spirit. Her spirit just, yes, this is flesh, this will die.
Yeah.
But Azizzar's inside this thing. So if you neglect the spiritual side of things, you're going to be a wall. You're going to be all over the place. You're not going to know where you belong. Your purpose is all lost because you think you want prayer. You don't. You need to connect to a spiritual side of yourself, because that's number one. That's the first thing. We are spirit, then we are body, then we are mind. It's the trinkles like that. So it's like a fish saying, I hate water. Futek to the water. Futek! And then he goes to the street. Oh, it's gonna die eventually. So why are you you know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense, but that's why
are making sense. But I think more from a it's not that you don't want it. You know that you want it and you need it.
Yeah.
But have you ever struggled?
But that's the thing.
When you struggle,
But that's the thing. We think we don't know that this is the most important thing about my existence. That's why you see, and I'm not even talking about from a religious perspective. Everybody has their own religion and whatever.
Yeah.
But just when you see when people meditate and they tap into a different space and they meditate and they go and they sit in the mountains for a while, something changes. It's almost like you tap into something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you are spirit first, but we think we flesh first. We think, I'm here, I'm feeling myself. No, it's not about that, bro. That's why sometimes even when your spirit is down and it's low, you become sick physically. It manifests in your body. You become sick because you're stressing, your spirit is down.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That tells you enough that you are spirit first. So how can you neglect the things of the spirit if you are spirit first? Let a fish be chilling, walking the streets. Let's see what's going to happen to the fish.
Fish can't walk, bro.
Just want to make it. Yeah.
All right. So
am I wise in Jayam? Am I wise?
I mean, you're okay.
Hater.
I think you're okay.
Shout out to the haters, broskies.
What do you always like say? Don't let the haters get you down.
Yeah, don't let the haters, the haters.
All right, P. So this is how we wrap up. We're done.
Thank you so much
What
for
are your
having me.
last
Shout out massively.
words?
Thank you so much, guys. Queen Azizzar has, been an incredible, at her job and everything. Massive Metro. She's always supported us. She's always supported me. I just want to say thank you so much for always making me feel comfortable to come here and speak myself and do my thing. And I appreciate you, and I wish you nothing but incredible skyscraping, blessings. You know what I mean? Thank you so much.
A big thank you to you. Yeah. I don't know if people know, but PDotO was my very first guest.
Shout out
on The Element. I remember it so clearly. 22nd of September 2018.
Yes, man. I was a bit fat there, but
no, you were actually. I was looking at the picture the other day. You were actually quite skinny.
I was round face.
No, your face was a bit like. You were actually quite skinny. The difference between then and now is now you buff because you're actually.
No, I gotta do my thing. Dude.
Lift.
Hey, do they see it? Yeah, boy.
Guns. Boom, 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 boom. All right, shout out to PDotO. Thank you so much for rocking out with me this evening, and to you also for having tuned in. And a big shout out to my team, Just Chose, DJ Twa, Mbuyisela Khumalo, and of course to you. Remember, in everything that you do, make sure that you are in your element, and while being in your element, keep it pristine. It's my birthday. I'll catch you when I'm 33. Bye.